From the bottom of the dark night, slowly, very slowly, light begins to dissolve. Here is an old traditional house in the northern lands of Japan, deeply embraced by the snow. You are now at the edge of a deep sleep, wrapped in layers of a thick down duvet and a heavy blanket. Listen closely. The world outside is ruled by perfect silence. The snow absorbs all sound. The falling snow, piling up steadily, has erased every noise surrounding this house, turning the world into a pure white void. Inside your bed, you are within a warm cocoon created by your own body heat. The air touching your cheeks is surprisingly cold and sharp. Yet, that coldness gently guides your consciousness to a transparent place. You slowly open your eyes. You see the thick beams of the ceiling. Solid Zelkova wood that has supported this house for hundreds of years. Its grain draws complex and beautiful patterns, like a river that has flowed over a vast amount of time. You try reaching one hand out from under the covers. In an instant, the heat is stolen from your fingertips. But that stimulus awakens your sleeping cells, one by one. You have awakened today for a special day. The morning of January 7th. It is the day of the ritual of rebirth, carved into the ancient Japanese calendar. Taking a deep breath, you decide to slip out of the warm bed. The soles of your feet touch the tatami mats. The scent of rush grass faintly tickles your nose in the dry winter air. With every step, the old floorboards make a tiny sound. Creak, creak, as if calling out a small welcome to you. You head toward the kitchen. From the large window in the dirt floor entryway, the pale blue light of dawn is streaming in. Look out the window. The trees in the garden are draped in heavy snow, silently bowing their heads. Beneath them lies a small field buried in white. Yesterday evening, you were there, parting the snow bit by bit, and picking the small greens that peeked out from the earth. Those are the Nanakusa, the 7 herbs, the stars of today. In the kitchen, a small bamboo basket you prepared yesterday is waiting. There, 7 plants lie side by side, still appearing as if they are fast asleep. Seri, Nazuna, Gogyo, Hakabara, Hatoki no Za, Suzuna, and Suzushiro. These are the crystals of a powerful life force. Having endured the harsh winter cold, and kept the fire of life burning within the frozen earth. While they might be called herbs in other lands, in Japan, they are seen as gifts from the gods, and as natural medicine. First, you begin to boil water in a kettle. The iron pot sitting on the stove soon begins to make a shun-shun sound, singing a gentle song. That sound echoes through the quiet house, tenderly embracing your solitude. Rising white steam begins to cloud the cold window glass. Beyond that steam, you watch your own white breath mingle and fade. Inhale and exhale. Your breathing is now perfectly synchronized with the silence of this winter. The cold air passes through your nose to your lungs, mixes with your body heat, and is released once more. With every cycle of this breath, you feel the old fatigue of the past year vanishing little by little, like mist. Next, you take out a danabe, a heavy black clay pot. It is a magical tool that slowly stores the heat of the fire, gently warming the rice to its very core. You pour the pure white rice, which has been soaking overnight, into the pot. The "Sara" sound of the water echoes pleasantly in the kitchen. Each grain of rice glistens, holding a promise of life as it plumps with water. You add purified cold water. The ratio of rice to water is the soul of the porridge. Not too much, and not too little. Following your intuition, you fill it to the perfect measure. You strike a match. With a shoo sound, a vivid orange flame rises. As you light the stove, blue flames gently wrap around the bottom of the clay pot. From here, the magic of time is needed. Do not rush. Do not be impatient. The time until the porridge is cooked is a time of quiet meditation, a time to converse with your true self. You stand before the wooden cutting board. Please, take the 7 herbs from the bamboo basket, one by one. First, sari. Its lush green stems are as pure as the flow of a winter river. Next, Nazuna. Commonly known as the shepherd's purse. Its shape is like a musical instrument calling for the arrival of spring. Gogyo and Hakabara. The soft, downy texture beneath your fingers tells the story of life's delicate beauty. Hitoki no Za. True to its name, the Buddha's throne possesses a form that bestows deep peace. And finally, Suzuna and Suzushiro. These are a tiny turnip and a wild radish. Their pure white roots are the color of snow, storing the powerful energy of the earth within them. You wash these herbs in a bowl of water. The sound of shapu shapu, the gentle splashing of water. In the water, the 7 herbs begin to glow with a vivid green light, as if they have been brought back to life. The coldness of the water touching your fingertips focuses your mind on a single point. Right now, in this very moment, only you, these 7 herbs, and the quiet morning light exist in this world. You grasp the knife. Now, the ritual of Nanakusa-gayu, the rhythmic chopping of the herbs, begins. In Japan, since ancient times, it has been a custom to sing and strike a rhythm while chopping these herbs. It is a rhythm to invite good fortune and to ward off misfortune. Using the back and the blade of the knife with ease, you begin to chop the herbs on the board. Ton, 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 toto ton, ton. The dry, warm sound of the wooden board. With every strike, the fragrance of the herbs bursts forth. A fresh scent, like young grass. The deep, earthy aroma. And a hint of wild bitterness. These scents mingle, creating a transparent wall of aroma all around you. You move your hands in a state of pure mindfulness, thinking of neither the past nor the future. Simply surrender yourself to this rhythm. Ton, 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 toto ton, ton. The 7 herbs become finer and finer. Soon, they transform into a single, shimmering green light. Upon the board, the very breath of spring is concentrated. Gazing at that beautiful green, you feel a profound sense of satisfaction. aligning your soul, caring for your body. You are performing these preparations now, with your own hands, with great care. Suddenly, from behind you, you hear a kata kata sound. The water in the clay pot has come to a boil, and the lid has begun to dance. Thick, white steam is vigorously puffing out from the gaps of the pot. You lower the fire. You lower the fire and wait for the rice to slowly blossom. As you slightly shift the lid, a world as pure and white as clouds spreads before you. The sweet, gentle aroma of the rice fills the entire kitchen. The rice has become one with the water, beginning to take on a thick, silky texture. This is Gyo, the form of nourishment most beloved by the Japanese people. You release the chopped herbs into the porridge, scattering them like emerald dust. Vivid green falls softly into the pure white world. The beauty of the contrast makes you catch your breath. With your chopsticks, you stir gently, drawing soft circles. In the heat of the porridge, the green deepens, shining with even more radiance. Finally, you sprinkle just a tiny pinch of salt. That salt leads the sweetness of the rice and the character of the herbs into a state of perfect harmony. You turn off the fire once more, replace the lid, and enter the time for steaming. The final minute for the porridge to fully absorb the life force of the 7 herbs. The kitchen is once again embraced by silence. The light outside has unnoticeably turned into a bright, brilliant white. The snow has stopped falling. and patches of winter sunlight are peeking through the clouds. You prepare your favorite bowl. A wooden soup bowl with a comfortable weight that fits perfectly in your hands. You serve the piping hot Nanakusa-gayu. The rising steam wavers as if it were alive, gently enveloping your face. You hold the bowl with both hands, feeling its warmth, and carry it slowly to the dining table. You sit at the table, gazing at the bowl before you. The steam rising from the bowl wavers and changes shape, disappearing like a spirit that appears only on a winter morning. With that steam, the sweet scent of freshly cooked rice, and the vivid fragrance of freshly chopped wild herbs pass through your senses, gently yet surely. As you wrap your hands around the still hot bowl, a warmth like life itself is transmitted to your palms through the wood. That warmth melts your fingertips, travels up your arms, and makes your heartbeat just a little more peaceful. You pick up the wooden spoon and slowly scoop up the porridge. Within the silky, milky white porridge, the finely chopped green of the 7 herbs is scattered like stars. Please, take a bite. The moment it touches your tongue, an overwhelming kindness of rice spreads out. The rice, cooked slowly over a low heat for a long time, has lost its shape and transformed into pure energy. It is a taste that gives you a sense of unconditional security, like being held in a mother's arms. Next, the personalities of the 7 herbs reveal themselves. The faint, crunchy texture of sari and its refreshing aroma. A subtle bitterness from Nazuna and Hakabara, letting you feel the strength of the wild. And the melting sweetness of Suzuna and Suzushiro, thoroughly softened by the heat. A single pinch of salt brings them all together into one perfect melody. There is no need even to chew. The porridge melts with your body temperature, passes through your throat, and slowly flows down into your stomach. The moment that first bite reaches your core, can't you feel the heat spreading slowly from within? It is the signal that your chilled organs are awakening from their sleep, beginning to stir once more. You take a second bite, then a third, taking your time to eat slowly. Outside, it seems the snow has begun to fall again. A single snowflake passing by the window falls in slow motion against the gray sky. But now, you do not fear the cold. For within your body, the power to endure winter, held by these 7 herbs, has just been poured into you. The act of eating porridge is more than just nourishment. It is a ritual of transferring the signs of spring, stored by the earth, into your very self. As you continue to eat, a faint sweat appears on your forehead. Blood begins to circulate to the very tips of your hands and feet, and you can feel your fingertips becoming pleasantly, tingingly warm. It is the sensation of the heavy, cold dregs that had accumulated inside you, being washed away by this warm liquid. You should feel your body changing into something pure and light, like a pair of freshly washed sheets. Swallowing the last bite, You quietly set down the bowl. A single fragment of a green leaf remains at the bottom. You take it in carefully and let out a deep, long sigh. Gochiso-sama deshita. You may say it aloud, or whisper it in your heart. Those words place a quiet punctuation mark on your meal. After finishing the porridge, there is no need to stand up right away. Lean back deeply in your chair and savor the way the strength leaves your warmed body. Your stomach feels cozy, as if you have swallowed a tiny sun. This pleasant fullness never makes you feel heavy. Instead, it allows your consciousness to float, as if released from gravity. You stand up and use the remaining hot water in the iron kettle to brew a cup of hojicha. The tea leaves dance in the hot water, releasing a fragrant, slightly smoky aroma. Pouring the brown liquid into a teacup, you sit down on the ingawa. The ingawa is the boundary between the inside and the outside of the house. From here, you can see the snow-covered garden clearly. A sip of hojicha refreshes your palate, which still holds the sweetness of the porridge. Every time the hot tea passes through your throat, your mind becomes clearer, while your body sinks into an even deeper relaxation. This awakening silence is the true essence of a Japanese winter. Suddenly, you bring your awareness back to your breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. You will notice that the path of your breath is wider than before you ate the porridge. The cold air inhaled through your nose no longer has the sharpness of a blade. It is instantly transformed into pure energy by the heat within your body. With the breath you exhale, small worries and unspoken anxieties melt away into the winter sky like white mist. After finishing the tidying, you move to the kotatsu in the living room. The kotatsu, the symbol of Japanese winter, lifting the quilt and sliding your legs inside. A warmth like another world spreads out before you. You sit on the zabuton cushion, resting your hands one over the other on the table. Your hands, which were moving until just a moment ago, are now resting in silence. Within the kotatsu, you slowly lie down. The faint coolness of the tatami mats beneath you, and the powerful warmth of the kotatsu. Those two extremes embrace your body in a perfect, soothing balance. At the edge of your consciousness, you hear the distant cry of a bird. Pee, pee. It is the call of a tiny life crossing the winter sky. Using that voice as a lullaby, you sink deeper into the very depths of your spirit. Embraced by the warmth, your body is now completely released from the pull of gravity. The warmth of the 7-herb porridge, resting at the bottom of your stomach, continues to spread throughout your entire body like gentle ripples. As you close your eyes, the afterimage of the snowy light you saw earlier still flickers behind your eyelids. It becomes particles of pale light, gently unraveling the tensions of your brain, one by one. In this drowse, you remember yourself from the past year for just a moment. The person who was running around, exposed to the cold air, exhausting the very core of their being. Imagine those layers of fatigue peeling away, piece by piece, through the life force of the 7 herbs you ate this morning. Sari cleanses your blood vessels. Nazuna heals your inner organs. And Suzushiro calms the heat accumulated within you. Your body is now being carefully maintained from the inside, returning to the state of a pure white canvas. Suddenly, you notice the air outside has changed. As you open your eyes, the color of the light streaming into the room has shifted from a sharp white to a soft amber. A winter afternoon is surprisingly short and incredibly beautiful. The sun travels low, casting long, blue shadows across the snowy garden. You slowly raise your upper body and slide out of the kotatsu. The cool air of the room touches your slightly flushed body with a pleasant chill. You step out into the hallway and slightly open the back door. A dry sound. Kara kara. Flowing through the gap is 100% pure winter wind, carrying the essence of ice crystals. Inhale that wind deeply into your chest. It feels as if every corner of your lungs is being filled with cold crystal. The contrast between your body, warmed by the porridge, and the cold air from outside brings the contours of your life into sharp, clear focus. It is now time for sleep. You head to the bedroom and begin preparing your bedding. Into the chilled room, you gently slip a warm water bottle under the covers. Smoothing the heavy duvet, patting the pillow, creating a place for you to sink into. Tonight's sleep will surely be deeper than any you have known before. Because the 7-herb porridge will purify even your dreams. Night has completely taken dominion over this world. The indigo outside the window has turned to jet black darkness, where only the snowflakes glint faintly in silver, catching the light of the stars. Inside the house, an even deeper silence has descended. Your breath, illuminated by the candlelight, slowly forms white rings in the air before vanishing. It is proof that your soul is breathing quietly, yet powerfully. You walk down the hallway leading to the bedroom. Your footsteps are so light, you can no longer hear them yourself. Throughout this day, you have let go of everything that made you heavy. The 7 herbs picked from beneath the snow this morning. At that moment, the coldness of the earth through your fingertips flipped the switch of your life. The rhythm of the herbs being chopped became a metronome, aligning the disorder of your heart. And the pure white porridge cooked in the clay pot. When you tasted it, you learned the true meaning of loving and cherishing yourself from within. You quietly open the sliding door to the bedroom. There, the pure white, clean bedding you prepared earlier is waiting for you. You change into thick cotton sleepwear. the softness of the fabric against your skin, and the faint scent of sunlight remaining in the threads. That sense of cleanliness sucks away the very last drop of tension from your body. You lift the edge of the duvet and slowly slide your body inside. The warm water bottle you hid there earlier greets your feet with a gentle, steady heat. Ah. A voice escapes you without thought. It is a sound of gratitude for the day's end, and a sound of profound peace. The weight of the duvet embraces your body gently, yet firmly. This weight is a symbol of unwavering security, like the central pillar that supports this entire house. You lie on your back and slowly close your eyes. Behind your eyelids, fragments of this day revolve slowly, like a kaleidoscope. The white steam from the boiling pot, the vivid green radiance of the chopped herbs, a single snowflake falling silently outside the window. All of them melt into the ocean of your consciousness as cherished memories. You begin to count your breaths once more. 1. Inhale. 2. Exhale. Bring your awareness to your stomach. The 7-herb porridge you ate this morning has become your blood, a part of your cells, and continues to warm you gently even now. The scent of sari colors your dreams with freshness. The purity of Suzushiro keeps your consciousness transparent. Seven life forces are twinkling within your body like tiny stars. You are now in the safest place in this world. The harsh cold outside no longer threatens you. Rather, it is because that cold exists that the warmth of this bed and the preciousness of that single bowl of porridge soak so deeply into your soul. Being inconvenient, being quiet, simply existing there. You understand now, at a cellular level, just how incredibly rich those things truly are. Your consciousness begins to drift away, further and further. The sensation of your hands and feet loses its boundary with the softness of the duvet, melting together. You are no longer just an individual. You are drifting as the winter of this snow country itself, as a part of this vast universe. The darkness of the ceiling connects to the infinitely spreading night sky. Entrust your consciousness to that darkness. You don't have to think about anything. Not about tomorrow, nor the day after. The night will regenerate you. The snow will wash your heart into a pure white state. Deep within your ears, you hear the distant wind moaning. Goo. It is like the breathing of a great living being called Earth. Matching your own breath to that rhythm, you sink deeper and deeper into the depths of sleep. Your body is now a single mass of soft light, floating in the darkness. The energy of benevolence given to you by the porridge, keeps your heart beating regularly and quietly. Tomorrow morning, when you awaken, the world may still be covered in white snow. However, within you, the seeds of spring have surely sprouted. The kindness you gave yourself today will become strong roots that support you from tomorrow on. You will rise into the light as a being that is pure, new, and powerful. Now, simply savoring those blessings, fall into a deep, deep sleep. Your consciousness is now crossing vast snowfields, passing through silent forests, and traveling among the stars. Ever so peaceful, ever so pure. Your heart is now completely free. The snow continues to fall. Gently hiding everything, embracing everything equally. This silence is a gift to you. This warmth is a blessing for your life. Now, good night. Sleep well. May the dreams